City machine is on the march again.
Leicester Fan TV presents a variety of content, like fan discussions, match analysis, and engaging with Leicester fans worldwide. We want your views live. Thanks to our sponsors, Everards, Barlow Blinds, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hollogram, Take Me, Newby Co, and the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. We are live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Leicester Fan TV for another Foxes Focus show. It's deadline day. We've got a couple things to talk about. Not too much business, transfer business to talk about, of course. We know an incoming that's definitely going to happen today. Maybe an outgoing, probably not. Who knows? So yeah, thanks for joining. People watching already, appreciate it. Get your comments in. Let me know what you think to Leicester at the minute as a whole. But more importantly, the man on the thumbnail, Sensi, is he coming in? Oh, he's not on the thumbnail, sorry, but is he coming in? Do you believe? Let me know. So, as I said, welcome back to Leicester Fan TV for a Foxes Focus Transfer Deadline Day special. It is Transfer Deadline Day. It doesn't really feel like it. I don't think the transfer market as a whole, not just us, but for everyone, is very quiet at the minute. Probably something to do with, profit and sustainability, FFP, all of that. It's very quiet out there, But yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, the first question I'll put out there just for people to put in their own time in the comments, and I'll ask other people who join soon, is what do you rate the transfer window out of 10? I mean, it's hard because we've not really done any business. We sent Iverson out on loan to Stoke until the end of the season. Luke Thomas returned from his Sheffield United loan, and then he went straight back out to Middlesbrough on loan. And we have Sensi, who is at Seagrave right now. The announcement's imminent, I'm sure. I mean, it could even happen in the next half an hour, potentially, while we're live. We just don't know. It might be 10 o'clock. We don't know. Hopefully it's not 14 seconds late, though. That's oh, I'm seeing a photo. Is that... No, never mind. I don't know if this might be a fake. I think it's a fake photo. I saw a photo of Sensi holding up a Leicester shirt, but there are now rumours and news kind of murmurs that he has finished his medical, completed his medical. Hopefully he passed that medical, because we all know allegedly his injury record is horrific. So hopefully he's passed a medical if he has had one. But yes, so let me know what you think to the transfer window as a whole. I mean, personally, I'd give it an 8 out of 10, and the reason for that is because we didn't really need to sign anyone really, in my opinion. I mean, for me, I think if we kept the squad that we have now throughout the window, we'll just continue as we are. We will break. Sorry, I was going to say break the points record. I still think that, by the way, but we'll get promoted. So the fact that we've been able to get rid of a couple players that aren't going to play anyway, in terms of Iverson and Luke Thomas, and then bring in Sensi, a bit more depth in midfield. Of course, we lost Cassidy as well, but was that really a big miss? I think Sensi is probably at this stage probably a better player than Cassidy. Obviously, in the future, who knows what he'll go on to do. But I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think Sensi is a good addition to the squad. While Ndidi's out, I think he'll probably start. When he's ready, he'll start, Sensi, in that role. So, yeah, we'll see. Let me know anyway. So before I get... I know Chris is waiting, but before we get him in, let's just get a couple comments on. By the way, guys, anyone watching on YouTube, we've got a technical fault at the minute where the live hasn't gone out to Facebook. So if you know anybody who normally watches on Facebook, please just send them the link to the YouTube channel, and then they can watch, basically. So yeah, but no, thanks to people who are watching. And we're on Twitter as well. We're on Twitter or X, and yeah. LCFC number 4 says, hope he doesn't leave us. I think he's talking about KDH. We have not KDH, right? He's ours still. Yeah, he's ours. He's not going anywhere. KDH will remain a Leicester City player this transfer window. Who knows what will happen in the summer, though. Andy Medhurst, do we need new signings? We piss in the league. That was my point exactly, Andy. I don't think we do need new signings. I don't think this signing changes things for us in any way, shape, or form. It improves us, I suppose, because of squad depth. But is it a necessity? I don't think so. Of course, Enzo wants him because a manager always wants new players. It's just how things are. A manager always wants more people, more players to the squad to basically challenge the ones that are already there, or just more quality, more depth, all of that stuff. So managers always want new players. Unless you're a Chelsea manager, then you probably don't want new players because they've got way too many. Same with Forest. Graham says slowest transfer deal of all time. It has taken a while. Who would have thought it was going to go down to the very, very last day of the window, the last few hours of the window, but it has. Doesn't really matter, in my opinion. As long as it's done, it's done. That's it. It's happy days. Just get rid of the dead wood. I mean, Harry Souttar has been linked with Leeds and Sheffield United today. It looks like Sheffield United decided to go for Mason Holgate. I think it's Mason Holgate or Ben Godfrey. Mason Holgate, I think. They decided to go for him instead of Souttar. Leeds, it looks like we've pulled the plug and said you ain't going to a promotion rival. I don't think we've got any promotion rivals personally, but there we go. I get what they're doing. I did hear though, if there was an obligation to buy at the end of it, we might let him go, just to get that done. But we all know Souttar isn't in Enzo's plans in any way, shape, or form. Boho's here. Hi, Locks. Good to see you, mate. Just heard from my contacts at the club. Top and Susan currently emptying their spare change jars and looking at how much they have. This is the thing, Boho, though. It's nice to see you, mate. I ain't heard from you in a while, so good to see you on here, mate. I think I still refuse to believe it's the lack of money. We haven't got a lack of money. The problem is the profit and sustainability rules that are in place. We can't make a certain loss, basically. And when you get relegated from the Premier League, although you get parachute payments, you still make a loss because you're not earning what you did from the TV money and all of that. And I think that's why we're in the shit, basically, in terms of profit and sustainability. I think we're very much on the line of what we can be without getting either a slap on the wrist or a points deduction or a fine. So they've been working. It's been hard to work around it, but it sounds like they've done it. The reason I don't think we've got a lack of money, is because we brought in £85 million in the summer. We brought in Maddison money, Barnes money, Castagna money. And then we got rid of Tillerman's wages. We got rid of Maddison's wages. So I don't think we're lack on money as such. I just think we're pushing very fine. I think the way we're doing it so that we have money to spend in the summer, because that's when we really need it. We don't need the money now, right? We don't need the players now. We'll need the money and the players in the summer transfer window, because that is where we're going to have to build a Premier League, a team capable of staying up in the Premier League. Is the Sensi deal done? Apparently the Sensi deal's done. We'll have to see. It's coming. I'm waiting for the notification, so we'll have to see when that comes through. I've just heard that the medical's done. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. Andy says people forget we still have loans to pay off. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the parachute payments are paying for that, Andy, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, right. Sorry, I've got something in my throat. All right, let's get Chris into the show. By the way, guys, I am right now. I can see there's 40 people watching on YouTube. So again, sorry we're not live on Facebook, but YouTube is better anyway. So stick to YouTube. But I'm putting the link in the chat. It's just gone in. This is what it looks like. It should be there. If you Reedy, if you hit that link, come and have a chat with us. Come and have a chat. We're going to talk a little bit about transfers. And I want to have a little talk as well about what's been going on in the last couple of days with regards to, Enzo's comments towards the fans. Yeah, anyway. Reedy says probably a Mackey's chip stuck down there. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. McDonald's. All right. Let's get Chris in. Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Very good. So, Chris, we're waiting for the Sensi news.
Yeah.
It's going to come. It is going to come very soon. What do you think to the transfer window? It's been quiet. There's not been much. Not been many transfers, much business. But from what we have done in terms of outgoings, and then obviously Sensi coming in, are you happy?
Yeah, I mean, as one of the comments said, we're peeing the league, with the squad we've got at the moment. If anything, I'd say, there's a lot of rumors about Sutar. Get rid, sell, because he's clearly not fitting in the plan that we have or that Enzo has, and he's clearly there as a sort of sub player, so to speak. So, get some money for it, and then hopefully that will help us in this transfer window, and and in the summer when we're in the Premier League. So I think we've done the right thing in the sense of bringing in Sensi, because of the fact that we do need a bit of cover on the wings, especially with one of our players suspended. So yeah, I think he's done the right thing in that sense. Could we have gone for a defender? Maybe, but you know what? We're only conceding the odd goal or two, so I don't think we're there. I think the only thing we need to sort of still kind of look at is the fact that how many goals we're still conceding from corners. Even in the most recent game against Swansea, once again comes from a corner. We really need to sort that out.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, it's another thing, and you'd imagine it's only going to get worse in the Premier League as well. The set pieces thing. So, I think, to be fair, I think, the only reason we haven't conceded more from corners this season is because we just haven't really given many corners away, because most of the time we have the ball, so we don't give away as many corners as we would in a game where we don't have the ball, basically. So if there were more corners against us, then I'm sure there would be more goals against us. David says, don't sell Suter to Leeds unless it's permanent, not on a loan. I get what you're saying, David. Yeah, we don't really need to get rid of him.
I disagree with that, because if we did sell him to Leeds, you can virtually guarantee we'll put in the contract not to play against us. So, at the end of the day, get some money for him.
Well, yeah. Usually loan play. Yeah, you're right. Can't play against the team they're on loan from. I agree with you. I don't think they're a promotion, right? I think we're promoted anyway, to be honest with you. They may as well give us the
you've taken my comment to heart, have you? Oh, I'm sorry. Leeds are a promotion rival. I'm sorry, they are, because we're virtually guaranteed squad. It's just a case of who goes with us. I think
we haven't got a promotion rival.
They are.
Listen,
it's between us, Ipswich, Leeds, and Southampton. I'm sorry,
it's between Leeds, Ipswich, Southampton, not us. We're clear. We are promoted. We may as well have the P next to our name on the table, mate. That's what I'm telling you. It's done. I don't consider anyone a promotion rival this season, because I think we're done. Anyway, I get what you're saying, though. Officially, technically, mathematically, there are rivals. I get what you're saying. Don't sell Suter to Leeds. Give them the runaround like they did us last January. Yeah, with Jack Harrison, exactly. I agree with that. We should have strung Leeds along all the way to the very last minute and said, actually, I think we're going to keep him just in case we need him at some point. And that's what I would have done. I think that was a good thing to do.
I think Leeds, but then again, let's face it. Yes, Leeds have been rumoured to be interested in Suter, but there's only one club that's actually asked us about him, and that's Sheffield United. In the Premier League, so whether Leeds, maybe, but at the same time, I generally don't think if we're going to sell Suter, I don't think it's going to be to Leeds. I think it will be to either Everton or Sheffield United. It will be one of those two.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening now anyway. Yeah, I think and it was always going to be difficult because he's at the Asian Cup, right? He's not even in the country, so it was always going to be difficult. I think that's why as well an obligation to buy deal wouldn't take place, because they can't give him a medical. They can, we can give them medical details, whatever, if they need it, but he can't go and have a medical at Ellen Road or Goodison Park or whatever, because he's not here. So you're not going to sign papers that mean that you have to buy someone in the summer when he's not even had a medical for you. So that's why I don't think Suter's going anywhere. Everton make a late move for KDH. Don't
Not
be silly,
happening.
Mark. There
Not
is no.
happening. KDH is staying where he is.
Yeah, and you'd have to be an absolute mug, basically, to leave Leicester, who are going
has
up.
made his stance very clear. KDH has made his stance. He said he doesn't want to leave. He wants to become a future captain for Leicester. So there's no way he's leaving. No chance.
Well, if a big club come in for him in the summer,
What's your definition of a big club?
A big
What's
club
your
is
definition?
The big six. A big club is the big six. A big club is the big six.
Not happening. Not happening.
For what reason?
None of the big six have actually even asked about him. The only people that have asked.
I'm saying if they came in for him, and apparently Arsenal are interested. They hold interest in him. But then again, has Dewsbury Hall actually got enough of a footballing brain, enough of a basically enough wits about him to say, actually, no, I don't want to go and sit on the bench, because that's what he is. He's not going to start ahead of Declan Rice. It's just not going to happen. So if you want to go and do that, mate, go and do it. That's fine. But don't moan 5 years later like Danny Drinkwater. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Give Suter a chance. He barely put a foot wrong whenever he's played. I agree, he's barely put a foot wrong, but same with Fast, same with Vestergaard, same with Doyle, same with Cody, I suppose. He's not better than any of them three names I've just named. He's not better than Cody. He's not better than Fast, and he's not better than Vestergaard. So that's why he's not going to get a look in. But he's here now anyway. He's not going, I don't think so. Have Everton got 160 million? It's not being funny, but that's what it would cost in regards to KDH, includes selling him and potentially not getting promotion. Yeah, I mean, Scott, apparently Leicester were happy. Apparently, Leicester were happy to accept £40 million for Dewsbury Hall this window. Brighton were only putting up 25. I strongly believe if a club did bid 40 million for him tonight, if someone bids £40 million for Dewsbury Hall in the next hour, I honestly believe he would go. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. No one's going to pay that. But if they did bid 40 million, and with Sensi coming in the door, I guarantee you Leicester would have accepted that. I really do believe that.
No, I don't agree with that at all. Because KDH is centre, Sensi is wing. There's a big difference. And
he doesn't play on the wing. He doesn't play on the wing. He plays midfield, centre midfield.
I still don't believe KDH for 1 minute was going anywhere. I think that was pure media hype more than anything, because of the fact that KDH has been so great for us this season, and he's been brilliant with us for the past 2 seasons. Let's face it, even in the Premier League, he was brilliant. So no, I'd firmly believe that's media hype. Possibly agents out there trying to make a few bucks. But I don't believe for 1 minute he's going anywhere.
I don't think he is either. I don't think he's going anywhere. But I'm saying if a bid came in and it was too good to turn down, he'd be gone. I really do believe that. But anyway,
I love comment there. They're saying that you've tempted fate.
Yeah, there you go. Trying to anger the football gods. Lots of work still to do. Locks, you've tempted fate now. Yeah, I have.
Not happening.
Chris, let's talk about what's happened over the last couple of days, which has made news or social media news.
Yeah.
Everywhere from the Premier League down. Even Premier League fans are talking about it. And that is that after a 3-1 win versus Swansea. On what was it? Was it Tuesday? On Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah.
the Enzo Maresca basically made comment in his interviews about how fans, I think the question that was asked with, because I'm trying to get the context right here, just so everyone knows what the context is. He was asked, do you feel the fans' excitement when Dewsbury Hall gets the ball? That was the question. And then Enzo turned around and said, yes, but I also feel the fans when they're basically putting it short, when they're groaning or not happy in the stands. And
Yeah.
and then Enzo also then went on to say that, he came to this club with an idea on how to play. They have stuck with that idea and it's working. However, the moment that the idea is in doubt, he leaves the next day. Those were his words.
Yeah.
Now, there's some people, in my opinion, who are playing a bit dumb and are trying to make out that those comments didn't mean anything, and I disagree completely. I personally feel Enzo knows exactly what he's saying, and what
Yeah.
he means is that, as everyone knows, the fan base has been pretty much split since he got here on the way we play football, the style of play, people being bored in the stands, and that is their excuse for the lack of atmosphere in the King Power, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're in the group chat, Chris, my thoughts on this. I've probably got the strongest thoughts on this.
Oh, yes, you have.
I think I have the strongest thoughts on this in the whole of Leicestershire. I think it's disgraceful, personally, that
I think it's the whole of the Great Britain.
I think it's disgraceful, personally, right, that after a win, not just the Swansea game, many games this season, after a win, sometimes some people, the first thing they want to do is talk about the negatives after a win.
Yeah.
I find it crazy. I really do, Chris. I struggle to actually put myself in the mindset of how some people react after winning a game of football, how negative people are.
Yeah.
And for me, if you asked any Leicester fan at the start of the season, do you care how we play? Like, as long as we go up, and everyone would have said, I don't care. Just get me up, win the league, win as many games. I don't care how we play. But now we're actually winning games and we are going up. People are starting to throw a whole load of basically a curveball on it, saying, oh, it's boring football. This is why the stadium's dead, blah, blah, blah. What are your thoughts on it, Chris? Because personally, I think it's out of order. And I agree with Enzo, and I feel sorry for him.
There are matches that I've seen this season that I've been like, yeah, we've won, but have we convincingly won? And then I'm like, not really. And that I think it's more to do with the fact that I don't think it's the fact that people are worried about how we're playing this season. I think it's more to do with the fact that we're kind of like you in the mindset that we're pretty much guaranteed to go up to the Premier League now. So we're thinking, would this suffice in the Premier League? And a good majority of the time, no. Not a hope in hell, because we are playing the safety at the back, and then getting them on the counter. That's great when you're in the Championship, but there are many teams in the Premier League that would immediately attack, and when that happens, we then start to crumble.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Then it's a case of like, right, don't get me wrong, get us out of the Championship, hell yeah, get us out of the Championship, put us back into the Premier League, all for that. But at the same time, then start to think, will this suffice in the Premier League? Because doing defensive work and then getting them on the counter will not work on certain teams in the Premier League. Man City, known for attacking. Liverpool, known for attacking. Spurs, known for attacking. Newcastle, you can name them all. It's a case of like, they're teams that are really press. And when that happens, we crumble. We've seen it in the Championship where we crumble.
I hear what you're saying. So let me throw something in there and say that one thing I think we have struggled with at times this season is breaking teams down that sit 11 men behind the ball. How many teams do you think in the Premier League next season are going to stick 11 men behind the ball against Leicester, newly promoted? Personally, I don't think there's that many teams. What people need to remember, this next season, as long as we go up, will be the first season since 2015 where we are the underdogs. We have not been the underdogs since 2015, right?
Yeah.
Next season, we're starting afresh in the Premier League, newly promoted, right? Newly promoted. We haven't got the big names anymore. Maddison, Tielemans, whoever, right? Even Vardy at that stage, he'll be gone next season. We are now the underdogs when we
The
get
GOAT.
promoted. And for me, that only helps us because we all know Leicester are better as the underdogs. We all know that. Leicester City, we are better as the underdogs. But I think it will help the way we play because I think teams look at Swansea, mate. Yes, the other night, how high their line was, their back line, how high it was compared to the other teams we play against. Imagine if Rotherham played that high line against us like Swansea did, we'd have won 5-0, mate, right? We would have won 5-0. We would have battered them. Teams next season will not be sitting 11 men behind the ball all game like some teams in the Championship do against us. And that means we will score more goals. The defensive side of things, I agree with the people 100% that if we play with the quality that we've played this season at the back, we will struggle because we have struggled sometimes with playing out. But also, it's very important to remember, do you really think that next season the exact back line will be what it is now? It won't be. We will sign somebody else. And as it stands,
how do you know that?
As it stands, Vestergaard's out of contract, so someone's going to have to come in for him anyway. So,
but that's the thing. If we're not signing people now because of FFP, as they say, like how the heck are we going to get out of FFP in the summer? We're not, because the actual parachute payment, yes, it will help. It will let's say, I don't know, take 85% of the debt gone, which is great, but you've still got that bit left. And then FFP, if we then start spending, then FFP will be on our case.
Yep.
And then and let's face it, the big six, they get away with FFP. They can spend all they want, and it doesn't make any difference.
That's because of FFP. FFP allows that. FFP allows Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United. It allows them to spend a lot of money because FFP. You know, I was having this conversation with Tom Hoger from Leicester Fan TV. Not Tom, sorry, Jamie from the Fox's Arms. I was having this conversation with him earlier because talking about FFP and profit and sustainability. The official name is Profit and Sustainability Rules. The whole FFP, Financial Fair Play, was just a disguise to make it sound like the rules are fair. The rules are not fair. If you've got a team like Newcastle who are now backed by Saudi investors, and not even they can have 2 years in a row in the top four, because they're not in the top four now, right? Even they can't have 2 years in the top four. If they ain't got a chance, what chance does everybody else have who haven't got the Saudi investors? Newcastle can't spend enough money. They can't bring in, you know, when the news came out about them getting taken over, it was, they're going to get Mbappe, they're going to get Ronaldo. No, they can't, because their revenue is nowhere near as big as your Man Cities and your Arsenals, so they can't spend as much as them. And that is why financial fair play or profit and sustainability was actually designed, and this isn't a conspiracy theory at all, it was designed to protect the big six, and it was designed to keep them ahead of everyone else. And like a lot of things in this country, to make the rich richer and the poor poorer, I suppose.
I mean, that's why you've seen Man City and Chelsea all being brought in by FFP and all being investigated by FFP. But what happens? They get a slap on the wrist, and that's about it.
Yeah, remember what happened with Man City when they got investigated by UEFA 3 years ago when we finished fifth. Man City had a hearing to ban them from the Champions League. If they were banned, little old Leicester would have been promoted to to Champions League because we finished fifth, and obviously they got a slap on the wrist and let off. So,
that's
it. Yeah,
and that's
anyway,
what they will get.
Yeah, of course. Scott says, Locks, when we come under pressure, retaining the ball, we seem to fold, and surely that's got to be a concern. Absolutely. I haven't got a problem with concerns. I just find it crazy that the first thing some people seem to do after a win is complain. That's my problem.
It's more to do with the fact that we're all thinking the same thing. We're all thinking the same thing purely because of the fact that this might be enough for the Championship, but is it enough for the Premier League? not a hope in hell. And we want to stay in the Premier League next season. This is not enough.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. Here's my problem though, Chris, as well. One of my problems. When we won the Premier League in 2016, that season, throughout that season, were Leicester fans sat there going, "Oh, this is great, but we're going to get battered in the Champions League next year"? No, they didn't. In the Champions League, we're going to get battered in the Champions League next year. No, because why is that the first thing you think of? Why is that the first thing someone would think of? Why not just focus on the season? And it's on Enzo. It is on Enzo in the summer to get things right, to put it in good stead for staying up. We shouldn't. We don't need to think of it yet. We don't need.
But there's a difference. There is a difference there, because when we won the Premier League, everybody says this: we were the better team. We weren't. We were not the better team at all. No.
Oh, you mean quality? No.
Quality-wise, we were not the better team at all.
No.
We were the most consistent.
Yeah,
we were the most consistent. That was the thing. Most of our majority of our wins when we won the Premier League was 1-0. You know, or literally, you can name as many of the fixtures we played when we won. A good majority of them were 1-0 wins, or dirty wins, or cheeky wins. Doesn't matter.
2-1,
regardless,
1-0.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why That's why, as I said, we weren't thrashing them. We weren't like going 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, whatever. Doesn't matter. We were literally, I think, the only game in that entire season where we had a bit of a high goal score was against Sunderland, and that was like, and they were only freshly promoted as well. So
that was the first game of the season.
Yeah, so that was the only game where we had a goal drought, a goal draft, so to speak. We had an absolute score show. So that's why when you're playing against teams in the Championship, and we're seeing teams where we're like 1-0 up or 2-0 up, and then all of a sudden we just kind of back off because we're thinking we've won this game. We can just like that. We shouldn't be thinking like that. We shouldn't be thinking like that, because if we're thinking like that, then honestly, when we do, if and when, I'm not going to say if, when we make to the Premier League, we can just think, we can just sit back and then we can't. And that's why, that's the one thing I've got against Enzo's way of form, is the fact that when we're 2-0 up, or even 1-0 up for that matter, we then sit back, and we shouldn't be doing that. Because I say, if we're going to seriously keep up with the Premier League, we need to push. And that's why if you're 3-0 up or 4-0 up on someone, and then you take a step back, I completely get that. But when you're 1-0 up or even 2-0 up, it's not good enough.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Absolutely. The reason for my pause is just because I've seen, apparently Sensi's agent has come out and said it's not done yet. It's still not signed. I don't know if I'm allowed to share that. I think I probably am okay to.
If it's in the global media, then
no, I was just having a look at. No, not that I'm not allowed to share that news. I was just seeing if I could listen to Fabrizio Romano, but it sounds like he's at the training ground, obviously, Sensi, but nothing's happening yet. So we'll just have to see. Right, Chris, I'm going to let you go. I was going to try and hold on if the news was going to come at 7 o'clock, but it doesn't look like it will now. So maybe 8, maybe 9, maybe 10, maybe 11, maybe 14 minutes past, or 14 seconds.
Oh, let's not have another repeat of that. My God.
I know.
30 seconds past the blooming time. Past the. Let's not have another repeat that, please. No, come on.
No. But cheers, Chris. Anyway, mate. Thanks for coming on.
No worries.
When do we play next? Saturday.
Yep, Saturday. Yep.
So we've not really had a preview. Score prediction for Stoke.
Oh well, I've said this pretty much all season, and so I'm going to keep going. It's going to be an easy win, and I think 3-0. Maybe 3-1. Because let's face it, we do concede in the last minute. So yeah, maybe 3-1.
3-1. I'm going to agree with you. I think 3-1 seems good to me. Maybe a Daka goal. Maybe a Daka goal. Maybe a Daka hat trick.
There's only one go. I'm sorry. There's only one goat.
I know.
There's only one goat.
Reedy's in the background somewhere. He can hear you. He's there somewhere.
And I've said the same throughout to him as well. There's only one goat, I'm afraid, and that's this guy right there.
David Schwimmer.
Yeah, him.
Oh, right. Okay.
No.
I was just...
No, there was a signed picture of Jamie Vardy beside.
Right,
Yeah.
got you. It looked like you were telling us David Schwimmer's the GOAT, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, he's always the guy. Always.
All right, mate. Cheers, Chris. I'm sure we'll see you Sunday for Jamie's show anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, mate. All the best. Have a nice weekend.
Cheerio.
See you in a bit. So, coming to the end of the show, Ross is the GOAT. Yeah, David Schwimmer or Ross. Ross is the GOAT. Apparently so. He's probably the best. No, he's probably not the best of friends. I reckon it's Chandler. I reckon. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry, of course. Rodgers tried possession football in the Prem. Nada was supposedly better players. Well, Mark, I mean, I suppose Brendan Rodgers did take us to 2 fifth-place finishes and won an FA Cup. Don't forget that. But things did fizzle out, unfortunately. And I think that happens when you have such a stale squad like Rodgers did towards the end. And then finally, Scott says, Locks, do you not find the Sensi deal bonkers? I mean, he has 6 months on his contract. I'd leave it till summer, but sign him on a pre-contract. Well, I was saying at the start, Rodgers, God, Mark, you've got me onto Rodgers. Enzo wants Sensi. Now, does Enzo need Sensi? I don't think so, but he wants him. And football managers always want new players. It helps with competition. It helps with keeping the squad fresh, rotation, squad depth. So it's not a surprise to me that we're going for him, and it's not a surprise that we're going for a midfielder, especially with Ndidi out injured, Dennis Pratt made of glass. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, Atgun, I don't know if they're sure on Atgun yet. If he plays 8 more games, I think it is, we have to sign him for 10 million or something, 11 million. So maybe they don't want to do that. We don't know. But I don't think it's a bad thing that we're signing Sensi. And 2.5 million in today's market is absolutely nothing, as we all know. So I don't think it's a bad deal. I just think it will make us look really, really stupid if this deal doesn't get through in the next 3 hours, 4 hours, right? If it doesn't go through, then we'll look really bloody stupid, as we did with the Adrian Silva deal. But at least we haven't lost anyone of significance like Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. We've lost Cassidy, who got recalled to Chelsea. That's it. That's all we've lost. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it tonight, guys. Sorry that I haven't been able to give you any Sensi news apart from the fact that his agent has just said to Fabrizio Romano that that the deal's not done, basically. I'm just making sure that there's nothing going on here. Let me have a look. I did just see a tweet flash up about from Rob Dorset, who normally has a bit going on. Let's see. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Let me just see if there is anything new. No. Nothing yet. So yeah, anyway, that's it. If Sensi signs tonight, then we can maybe do a live tomorrow. Who knows? To talk about him, I suppose. Here's the question: Sensi, where is he? Well, I can confirm he definitely is at Seagrave, or he was. He flew in from Milan, landed about 3 o'clock or 3:30, had his medical booked for 4:30, and that was 5:30, 6:30. Yeah, 2.5 hours ago. And nothing apart from that. So yeah, once again for the third time, that's a wrap basically. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hopefully we can get the Sensi deal wrapped up, and make sure you join us on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock for Jamie's aftermath show from the Foxes Arms. All the best. Have a nice weekend, and as always, come on you Foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everards, Barlow Blinds, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hollogram, Take Me, Newby Co, the Foxes Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit leicesterfantv.com for all the latest news, views and videos.